This is the newsela.com website, and it's a free resource that you can use to find nonfiction differentiated articles for your students. And it's a free resource. You do need to sign up for the account, but it's free to do so. And once you do that, you'll have the ability to create a class list, and you can actually assign articles to your students through this website. And you do that by sending your students a link, and if you kind of explore around, you can find out how to do that. But just basically, if you go to your name over here after you've created the account and you click on accounts, you can come over here to classes, and if you invite students, here's a link that you can send to your students, and they can be invited into your class. And then once they do that, they'll show up here in your class list. So once you've done that, and you want to start finding articles for your students to read, you can come over here to the text sets, and you have a few options here. You have featured text sets, and that's just articles that newsela.com has kind of pulled up front for you to look at. There's Spanish text if you happen to be working in a bilingual school or classroom. There's text specifically for science, literature, social studies, different state text sets. So things that are specific to each state, and close reading activities. And then at the time of this recording, it's around Earth Day, so they actually pulled a queue of Earth Day articles that your students could read if you were opening this during this time. I'm sure they would maybe change it as different holidays and events come up. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose text sets for science. And once I do that, I'm brought to this page, which has several articles here listed for you. And there's a ton to choose from, a variety of topics, so you're bound to find something that your students are going to find interesting. But what's really nice is that you can search by grade level. So if I choose third grade, and then you can also choose a reading skill that you want the text to kind of help students practice, you can do that by clicking here. So then once you've done that, you have the articles over here to choose from, and I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. It's called Our Planet Earth Taking Action, and if I click on that, it'll bring me to that article, and the students would read this right here on the computer, and it kind of gives them a little bit of background and a little brief thing for them to read before they actually read the article. And then they can choose these articles. You can choose these articles for your students. So if I choose this one, Washington State young people going to court with climate rights case. So here's what's cool about this. Over here on the side, you see different reading levels that you can choose for your students. So if you look over here, while I click on these, you'll notice that the words change. If I start at the 500 lexile, the article looks like this. But then as I go up, it kind of changes the text. It adds in maybe stronger vocabulary. If I go down, it might simplify the sentences, but the text changes as I go up in level. It's the same topic, it's the same article, essentially, it's just going to be catered towards that reading level. There's also a writing activity that students can do with it, and a quiz. So if you did sign up your whole class to do this, you could go up here to the top and you can assign your articles to your readers, and then they, when they signed in, they would have an article assigned for them to read. And then over here in the binder section, you can see your students' progress and the assignments that you've given to your students. So I just encourage you to explore this website. It's new to me. I haven't been able to use it with my own class because I don't have one, but I could totally see how this would be an awesome resource for your students if you just play around with it and kind of see how you might work it into your reading block. It might be a great morning activity for your students to log in and read an article each morning. Just a great nonfiction text resource. So newsela.com.